Interwebs hello, DevCon here with not something that I planned to do, but kind of spur of the moment thing that I decided to. You know what the hell? Let's do it. In context, early this year, I got a hold of the cargo box for Torg Eternity, a role-playing game that I absolutely love and that I introduced to my group of friends, and nowadays they cannot stop asking me, why are you playing Torg again? But anyways, when I first got the box, I just opened it, got it from the post office, opened it up, posted pictures of the inside in the Book of Faces, but I was asked, well, why didn't you do an opening video? Well, it didn't occur to me then, but I decided, well, I just got, after a long period of waiting, the follow-up box, the Living Land survival box for Torg Eternity from their second Kickstarter. So I decided, you know what? What the hell? Let's do it. My original Torg Eternity cargo box is over there, and I'm keeping it in frame for comparison's sake. Also over there is my is my Volcanicus, which I wanted to take off the table, but then I realized it's living land. It's full of dinosaurs. The Dinobots are appropriate. They're staying there. So yeah, it took me quite a while to get this box. It was shipped. Well, for my shipment was left the warehouse late November, but due to the Canada Post strike, well, it has remained in limbo for quite a while, and a lot of Canadians are just like me in the same boat, in the sense that they either only recently got their Kickstarter package or they're still waiting for it. In addition, I know that in the Living Land Kickstarter comment section, there are people who are commenting that the shipping box itself has sort of been damaged. I will say the same. However, I do not lay blame for this on Ulysses Spiel or Ulysses North America, but rather to our good old-fashioned postal service, because, well, it's that and the lateness is probably all them. Besides, the box itself is reportedly to be filled to the brim with packing peanuts, and with the important thing, the Kickstarter material, which we can still see in the background for the first one, was intact. So, let's see if it's the same for me. Grabbing the little knife here, knifey thing there, and open thing up. I have not opened it prior to doing this. I'm probably going to have a lot of styrofoam packing peanuts. That is going to plague me. So, what's in the box? As expected, packing peanuts. So I am going to I'm gonna set this aside because I don't want to knock the camera over, and besides, the big close-up of the box is probably not that interesting. First of all, I have to say that I am digging the look of the survival box. God damn. Obviously, they're still keeping with the blue and red lightning that is, synonymous with Torg, very important in the setting. And I just love the tribal markings on the front of the box, the top of the box also. Almost Aztec, which is semi-appropriate considering that the Living Land has been expanding in the Yucatan, or I think that's how you pronounce it, region in the Eternity reboot. And yeah, every side of the boxes has these little markings also on the underside there. Also, looking inside the box is something that I thought would be inside it, but it was amidst the packing peanuts. It's the Living Land possibility tokens that came with that come with it. The possibility tokens work not necessarily not unlike bennies in Savage Worlds, because they allow you to make rerolls, they allow you to soak damage, but they also allow you to power up some abilities. Unlike the ones from the original cargo box, they did not come in a box. I knew that in advance. For reference sake, this is the box that the possibility tokens come in to the Eternity box. However, Ulysses Spiel has released a free PDF that people can print. I already have, so I'm going to make a box for my Living Land possibility tokens. I'm just gonna open them carefully because I don't want A, to cut myself, and B, I don't want to damage the tokens themselves. Oh, and hey, Canadian Pride. Got a Mountie on one of them. I'm gonna have a lot of plastic littering my kitchen table in a few. Yeah, just like as a promised, the entirety, they're all completely different. I'm getting sort of a Nile Empire feel from these two. Edinos, got another Edinos over there. Got I'm gonna say reporter, Canadian Mountie. There we go. Hunter, Nun, big good old caveman, because you can't have Living Land without cavemen and or dinosaurs. I'm guessing that. Got another Dinos, another Hunter. Hey, more Canadian Pride. I'm loving these new possibility tokens. I thought that they would be using green on the side because that's how the preview made them out to be, but I don't really mind. I just love the artwork on these things. These look good. So we got 20 more possibility tokens, which brings me to a total. Oh, and hello, hey, it's Lanala, a living goddess in the Living Land, which people can actually encounter. If you do, run, and or hope that she's in a good mood. But yeah, this is like one of the big threats if you anger her in game. Right, gonna set this aside and let's look at inside the box itself. So, yeah, just like the first. Oh, hey, more packing peanuts and and more an extra set of 2 extra sets of dice actually for the game. Always good. Can never have too much dice. Well, actually in this game you don't really need that much dice, but that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna empty the packing peanuts, set them aside. A couple of them fell there. Don't want to take too much time with this. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Worst comes to shit. If the worst things happen, I'm just gonna leave a couple of packing peanuts in there and just empty them after I'm done recording this. Some more there, some more there. All right, there are no more packing peanuts, so we can start. Just like in Torg Eternity, they are giving away a CD with a soundtrack. This one is for the God box, which is an enclosed adventure inside the cargo box. I already had the PDF, now I have the real thing. The original Torg Eternity soundtrack was killer, was very awesome, and I've listened to a couple of tracks from this one, and already they set the mood for the Living Land, which is land of the dinosaurs, land of the vegetation and ruins of old civilizations. This is oh, that's the new set, Living Land Threats. Basically, the original box came with punch-out sheets of counters that, if you want to use a battle map, you could just set these in front in there and move them as you would with any role-playing game tactical map. Torg, however, at least in my view, is a game that does not require the battle map. I haven't really used the battle map in any of my games, so the threat blips that came with the original box have been largely unused for me, so I'm probably not going to be using these. However, these are, damn, these are very well made. I love those. And I believe, well, the Nile Empire, which is their next Kickstarter, which is winding down now because we're getting to the final days, they almost have unlocked these, but for the Nile Empire. I don't know, I might be starting to use these. I don't know. Next, oh, we have one more packing peanut. Next up, Into the Storm by Ed Stark. It's a printed version of the three-part story novella that they gave as a stretch goal in the original Torg Kickstarter. I have already read this in PDF form, and now apparently I have one in physical form, so that's kind of sweet. Up next, we have the Living Land GM pack, which has, well, I'm going to do another opening for this afterwards because there's some stuff in there. Just set this aside. Up next, it's wrapped in itself. That is the Adventure, the God Box that I just mentioned, in which well, the High Lord of Living Land, good old Barakawa there, is making a ploy to marry the goddess Lunala, apparently, whom we saw earlier in the possibility tokens. Okay, I thought I had her nearby, but I don't. I haven't run this adventure yet. I don't think my group is powerful enough to survive this, but I intend to eventually play this. The Delphi missions, which is a set of one shot, one evening scenarios for the Living Land. I've run a lot of the original Delphi missions from the Torg box. But these ones are obviously set inside the territory of the Living Land, so I will eventually start making this. And here's another hint that Shane Helmsley is involved in writing Torg because we have a giant shark. Guy loves his sharks. Up next we have the Living Land GM screen, which basically should come with well, it's your basic GM screen, obviously, that everyone who's playing role-playing games is accustomed to. The difference between this one and the one from inside the Torg Eternity cargo box should be that, well, obviously the cover art is going to be different. There we go. Okay, there's nothing on the back there. Ooh, we've got some Gossbog over there. And we also have the axioms for the Living Land. I'm unfolding this. Something fell. I am loving the artwork on this. We also have the laws of savagery, law of life. This is a gorgeous piece of art right there. And inside, obviously, we have the charts. Trying to see the difference between this one and the original screen. First of all, well, they've added the travel distance, which I guess is pretty important considering the Living Land. And of course, if you're on foot, if you're on beast, or if you're actually capable of driving a vehicle inside the Living Land. Leaping distance, we don't remember that in the original screen, nor did the climbing difficulty. So they have basically, they've tweaked it so that it becomes more relevant with the Living Land. And we also have a mission generator if people are inside the Living Land there. That's kind of clever. Mission setting, lost, and the Lost World table, because you can actually find pockets of lost realities inside the Living Land. That's pretty cool. We have the value chart, which was also present in the first one. Mission opposition, yeah, that's if you want to generate. I love this screen. This is awesome. It's just too bad that my current game just left the living land, and there I've tossed them into the cyber papacy, the polar opposite. Instead of low tech dinosaurs, we have high tech and priests everywhere. But anyways, but because I would have been using this screen instead. What fell off? It's the pre-generated archetypes, which I already read the PDF for those, and yeah, they're pretty cool. The Chosen Human. I actually don't remember that one. I'm not just evolving, I'm finally living. Thank you, Lanala. Oh yeah, she's got the scales. So I thought that was a that's probably one of the new perks from the Living Land Swords book, which, speak of the devil, we have right here with Barak Ka on the cover. I've obviously already read this in PDF form. I've started to use it in my own game, but now, a physical representation of the book, and I can. Oh, they actually didn't do it as they do normally. Normally they have two bookmarks, one blue and one red, because the blue and red lightning. This one is sort of brown, for the Living Land signature color. That's actually pretty smart. We have some more of the okay, it's the punch sheets that come with it, and we are done actually because the box is now empty. We have some more of these same tokens that came with the original box. So another sheet of punch out, two sheets actually, of and one of them already fell, for shock damage, wounds. That one is vulnerable. This one is stymied, aiming, disconnected, grabbed. The steps for dramatic rolls, waiting, weapon jam, concentrating, and so on and so forth. I'm going to set these aside and put these with my other counters. We have another set of the cardboard threats. Actually, we have two. It's exactly the same set as before, because I can see this is relevant to Tharkold and not with the Living Land. Same for the Infected Human. These are for, I was going to say Nippon Tech. These are for the Pan Pacifica and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is it for this. And we still have the GM pack, which I still haven't opened. So let's get to this. Can I open it? Yes, there is. I didn't need to get my knife. Oh, there are some more cardboard tokens in there. So let's open this up. I believe, yeah, okay, that's now empty. What is in there? We have the threat cards, or threat standees as they are called, with a set of blanks. That's if you want to make your own monsters or creatures. Basically, these are, you put these on little plastic stands that you have over there. And you can actually put them on the table with two sides. One side, which is the stat that you don't mind your players seeing, and on the back, it's typically GM stuff for these. So we have one for Velociraptor, Nadinos Gotak, Nadinos Optant, Redjaw, which is one of the clans of Edinos, Carnivorous Plant, Cartel Soldiers, because obviously you have some profiteers who go into the Living Land. Oh, the Skeloraptor, Pterodactyl, Saber-toothed Tiger, Armed Cultists, Los Drangos Priest, don't remember this. Sasquatch, because of course we have Sasquatch. Some good old Gospog, Lactan, which is like a giant pterodactyl, Beast Rider, Ankylozor, Barak Ka. Oh my god, they put Barak Ka on a threat card, which of course has a lot of his stats. Normally, I always say if you stat it, they will kill it. And then I saw his stats, including the stuff on the back, and I said, okay, you've actually made him more dangerous now that you've statted it. Congratulations. Thrakmos, which is another NPC, Megalodon, Primitive Human, Redbane. Am I going to get... If we have Barak Ka, we're going to get Lanala there as well. Rexatar, Slaktui, Spearhand, Sorin, Sata Eater, and Malacrix. No, we don't have Lanala, which in retrospect is probably for the best. You don't want to toss gods at your players on a whim. We have sets of character sheets which are Living Land themed. Already have PDFs of those, so these are pretty sweet to have. We have more tokens, and these are where probably these are where these tokens fell from. These ones, however, are all, I'm going to say, either Living Land, identified by the brownish the edge, the brownish edge, or core earth, which are blue. Mine aren't exactly centered. I'm not really minding this because, again, I'm not really using these. Oh dear God. Avatar of Lanala. They really are being completists. I'm guessing that Baraka is also in there somewhere. Primitive Human, Rexakar, Spearhand, Velociraptor. Well, Thrakmos is there. No, token just fell down. If I look at this one, Optant, Primitive Human, Gotek, Leopard Warrior, Dinos. On first glance, I'm not seeing Baraka, but again, you don't really want him on a token. Because, or maybe these are two-sided. These are two-sided. So, I might see Baraka. Yeah, there he is. Players beware. And finally, we have... forgot about this. A little bookmark here with Baraka again. And the bonus chart, which is also on the inside of the screen. And finally, we appear to have 3 new vinyl maps. I'm guessing that it's going to be... this is a poster with... it's the God Box cover as a poster, which is kind of cool. We have something that I cannot open. Okay, that's another poster map. That's the Living Land with Barak Ka again on top. And finally, the last one. I'm guessing that this is a map. It is. It's the updated North American map, but with specifically Living Land and how they expanded in territory. They still only have 2 zones up in Canada. They have expanded west. They have expanded east and south as well. So yeah, this is the 1 year later map, but specifically for the Living Land. And that's it for the Living Land survival box. There is one thing, however, that is not included inside the box, and they have said so in the Kickstarter notes. That is to say, there are extra cards for the decks with which you play the game. The drama deck, the Destiny deck, not Destiny cards, the drama cards, and also Cosm cards. These have been available for print in PDF, which I have done. They will be sent separately. I don't know exactly when I will get them, but I have been using the printed PDF. Oh, I still have the packing peanut. These things are everywhere. But yeah, I've already been printing the extra cards. Like, say, for instance, this is one of my printed drama cards that I've been using in games with the specific Living Land rulings there. I will be getting official cards eventually, but yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for these for a little while. Finally, glad to have this. The Nile Empire Kickstarter is about, I think it still has about a week left before it ends. So they're going to be working on another box like these two called the Sarcophagus, because obviously Nile Empire equals mummies and mad scientists and costumed heroes and drama and adventure. But anyways, and now I want to send my gaming group back into the Nile Empire. But now that I got this, I almost want to send them back into the living land. I don't know. Anyways, that is it for the unboxing of the survival box for Torch Eternity featuring the living land. This is DEFCON signing out.